Just waiting for this to show up in Twitch, and here we go. Okay. Okay, so did some stuff off stream last night that was pretty boring, but I don't know, I get obsessive like that. So what I did was I went to the spot where on other tunes years ago I found the Darkwood fishing pole. And so filled up my bag with all these fish. I think I used 15 5-minute lures, so 75 minutes of fishing. So here we are in Orgrimmar. I'm leaving out this door, whereas usually I would go out this one. So right here, and then you cross this little bridge. You're basically looking at the side of the Barrens, or where the Barrens meets Ashenvale, I guess. Really close to Ashenvale, because you just double up this way. See, it starts changing color, that's Ashenvale, and then back in that direction is Barrens to the right. So I just cross over this line, so I'm not, like, I don't know how to explain it. I think this is Duratar on the lower water, and it's Ashenvale on the higher water. So I just walk around. Yeah, here we go. Oh, it's not even Ashenvale, it's Ashara. So how does that work? So there's Ashenvale and there's Ashara. So I guess even though I'm on this side of the river, it's calling it Ashara. Well, that's weird. Because I was reading that that pole is in the Ashenvale zone. So I might not be in the right spot. I wasn't really thinking that this was being called Ashara. Oh, here we go. Ashenvale. Well, that's bizarre. Ashara? Ashenvale. Okay. So I think I'm on to something here. So I should be standing here, not back there. That's a weird one. Okay, so I'm going to, before I go check mail and stuff, I'm going to just do a bit more fishing. So this is at least somewhat of a lesson, and it'd be really nice if I got the pole, but I mean, there's not much of a chance. It could happen. It could happen. So you just have to make sure you're in Ashara, and if you go much farther up there, there's going to be like mobs that you do not want to deal with at level 22, so if you can handle them, great, but there's spiders and whatnot up there. There's also like stuff in the middle of the river around here that I used to stand on a 19 twink, but that wasn't a hardcore server, so I wasn't really scared of dying. The key to it is you have to be in the Ashenvale loot pool. Basically, you need to be pulling from that loot pool. I mean, there's lots of them that have it in it, but this is the one I like. And it's nice and close to Orgrimmar. Okay, so while we're doing this, I'm just going to read. So is this guy right? I don't know, but I would say so. And this is written in 2021. The only thing I'm not sure about is I ran into that thing last weekend where I went to do the fishing contest in Stranglethorn Vale, and it didn't happen. And I realized, okay, this is an anniversary server that's rolling things out in order. If you look at the history of WoW and vanilla, Blackwing Lair rolled out before the fishing contest, and at that point last weekend Blackwing Lair had been out for a few days. So then I was like, okay, well, probably they haven't rolled out the fishing competition on this server. So it's also possible that this fishing pool doesn't exist yet. I don't really know. I played WoW like way back then in the first few months, but I wasn't doing this. I was just figuring out the game in general. I got my first Darkwood fishing pole on a 19 twink that I built in, I want to say, Blade and Burning Crusade. So, yeah. Okay, so what this guy's saying is, for the record, it can only be caught exclusively from fishing it in the open waters of 6 zones, and then he lists them off: Ashenvale, Stone Talon, Hillsbrad, Wetlands, Red Ridge, and Duskwood. So, like, obviously if you're on Alliance, some of those are easier than others, and same thing on Horde. This little patch of water, I gotta say, I didn't have any problem getting a 19 Alliance twink over here. But once again, it wasn't a hardcore server, so I'll just show you. If you're running from the starter, well, not the starter area of the elves, but the next area, I can't remember what it's called, over here, and you run all the way through, you can run all the way to Astronar, no problem. And then this is Alliance Town, so you grab that flight path, and then you just have to make this run all pretty easy. Like, there might be a couple of spiders that wander onto the road or something, and then this run pretty easy. You might get chased by the guards by Splinter Tree Post, or probably hit a swiftness potion or something. And then, I don't know, there's another Alliance flight path maybe here. And then you can just kind of like swim down the river, as long as you don't get too close to the edge. Whoa. So you can get an Alliance over here. Is it, is this better than Red Ridge or Wetlands? I don't know. But I just know that I've caught, well, I want to say 3, but 2 for sure Darkwood fishing poles on this little patch of river. It wasn't this spot, it was down there, but like, it's all the same thing. The other thing is, like, Darkwood fishing pole is not the best pole in the game. It's just like a better pole than what I'm using right now. It's plus 15 fishing. And it's like double damage. I think it's 43 top end damage, not 21. So if you end up having to fight with it as a melee weapon, it's just better. But it's also just so rare, so that was one of the reasons I wanted it on a twink. But it's better to have like the pole from the fishing competition. It's just really hard to win that thing as a twink. And the only other thing about this Darkwood fishing pole that makes it something to go after is that it doesn't bind, so you can sell it, and it's so rare that if there's someone that's just looking for like twink gear, rare gear, and they got a bunch of gold, they might spend 100 gold on it. I've definitely sold one for 100 gold. It's so funny, when I was standing back here fishing, sometimes I would cast over in this direction, I'd be catching these fish, and then when I was casting directly out, I was catching red gills and night fin snappers, and I could not figure out what the difference was. And the difference was some of the casts were going into Ashenvale and some of them were going into Ashara. It's so bizarre. It's also kind of an hour of my life wasted, but I mean, yes and no. I can use these for leveling fishing, and then I don't know why, but Auctioneer says these things sell out at a market price of $4 a stack, 4 gold a stack. That might be true. Oh, there was another thing that was happening that was really trippy last night that I couldn't really wrap my head around, but it was true. Is that I'm using this Chronoboom Displacer exploit primarily for the Barons, so I've got a world buff boond in it. And if I'm in the Barons and this world buff gets thrown, I get it no matter whether I'm at Crossroads or not, because most people just get it when they're standing around in Crossroads. So when I found out you could do this, I tested it out, and sure enough, you can be literally anywhere in the Barrens. But I was also getting that buff standing back here. So, Ashara? Apparently that Chronoboom Displacer exploit works there, so it might work multiple places, I don't know. Might be just zones that are adjacent to Durotar, but I'm just guessing. Be right back. Oh, I forgot. I was trying to think today about how I would keybind the PvP trinket if I bought it for this tune. And it made me start thinking about how sometimes when I watch people, like videos of people playing, I don't really watch a lot of streaming while players, but sometimes I'll watch edited videos or chunks of a video on demand. And I've noticed that they often have this thing floating around in the middle of the screen. Well, not they often, but some people have it, where it gives you like sort of quick buttons that you can just reach over and click. And the ones I've seen, they have a health pot. So it's like the easiest possible motion to hit a health pot, like at the last moment. But those things usually have 2 slots, so I was thinking it would be cool to figure out what add-on that is and throw it into my game and have the PvP trinket and a health pot. And I don't think that those 2 things share a cooldown. The only other thing that I wouldn't mind using if I'm hitting a PvP trinket to run would be Swiftness Pot, and that definitely shares a cooldown with a health potion. So. Dang. Got a little bit confused there. Okay, so last I don't know what you call these, last bobber, last aquadynamic fish attractor, and then I'm gonna go hit Orgrimmar and do a little bit of business, and then log for food. Okay, see, there's only a couple minutes left. I want to try something funny here. Might not work because it's a matter of timing, but I want to walk back till I hit Ashara, Ashenvale, Ashara. So now turn around this way and make sure I'm fishing into Ashenvale. So that's the same thing I've been catching. Notice now if I go this way, I'm going to catch something completely different. It's like the loot pool is different in Ashara than in Ashendale. So I don't know why this tiny little strip of land is considered Ashara, but it is. So that tiny little strip of water is also considered Ashara. So, I mean, who cares in a way, but what I'm saying is, using this exploit, I was getting the Ren buff standing here, but I can still fish into the Ashenvale loot pool. Pretty obscure, but I don't know, some people will find that interesting. So let's go to town with all these fish. I just want to price a couple things here. So does anyone care about these offhands? 42 silver, right? Or I can vendor it for 50 copper. Okay, so let's try selling this for 37 silver. What about this one? 24 pound. Really? I don't think that's likely. Price 15.98. Market price 146. Okay, so let's go 137. I wonder why anyone cares about that. Okay, so now I want to see why these are priced so high in this listing. Yeah, what the hell? There must be some crazy stat food that you can use these for. So let's go $3.99. The weird thing to me is these ones don't seem to sell for a lot. So it's exact same stat, requires 35, restores 874. But the difference must be one stat food and one isn't. 6 for 167. Let's go 8 for 167. And what about this one? Yeah, worthless. So I'll just bank those for cooking. What about these? Worthless. Don't understand that at all, but anyways. Those are worthless, and those are worthless. Okay, so some vial soon. Okay, I wonder if I can happen to buy any cheap strangle kelp. No. If I bought 20 for 115, then I could make 10 free action potions. 10? No. 8. 8 free action potions. And those are selling for 25-ish each, so that'd be 2 gold. So I'd be spending a gold to make 2 gold. I don't think I'll bother. I'll just pick the strangle kelp. Okay. So I'm gonna. Really, eh? They're so cheap. Okay, so what do we got? 967 after that. Okay, all these got returned. One. Okay, so I won't count this, but I just want to look at what's sold here. So 967. $12.66, so almost 3 gold. Alright, so then, oh, a little more than 3 gold. I guess I'll see what that sells for. Okay, so I found out something funny is you can kind of be standing right here and cook because there's a fire on the other side of the wall. Let's see if that's true right now. Yeah. It's basically like... No, you can't see it. They do a good job of not letting the camera go through the wall. So I've been saving up gold on another tune, doing some other farming, and I think I'm gonna pick up a PvP trinket with it for this guy. I mean, I know I talked to a buddy of mine and he said it's a waste, but I don't know. Like those moments where you use it and escape keeps your hardcore tune alive. I don't really think it is a waste. And it's just like time spent farming, so I don't think it's that different from spending a bunch of time like leveling up your character as an engineer. But the difference is that the target dummies are more useful because they draw multiple mobs for attention away from you for quite a while. kind of boring. So I was fishing on this fire, but other side of the wall. Or not fishing.
What are you looking for?
Okay, so I'll take this now. I'll put this in here. Oh man, I already have so many of these. Yeah, I can't really imagine like I don't want to sell these because I sold the last round of them and they don't make you any money. It's like under a silver each. But sooner or later I'm gonna want to cook those things. Those are cooked. Really? Why on earth are these prices so high? It doesn't even make sense. Okay, well, let's see if I can sell some of those. And that. Okay, and then I also want to make this. Okay, so
Go forth to victory.
yeah, it's really seldom that I see something on auction house stats that doesn't make sense to me. This one's one of them. Like, why on earth would these be listed as a market price of 56 gold? Yeah. Just nonsense. What on earth? One weird thing I noticed about rolling solo without a guild is that you just get guild farmed constantly. Stop the farm. Okay, let's see if I can get 25 silver for these. these two, eh? Okay, that makes a bit more sense now. In fact, that gives me a reason to cook those. So let's see if I can cook here. No, okay. I'll do it here. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, those can go back in the bank, I guess. Let's see how many of these I can send. Ooh, that's funny, the gray is not that far off from the gray and blue. Yeah, there we go. So these can all go too. Cool, so I can do it all in one mail. That's amazing. I didn't think that was gonna work. Jimmy. Go. So I still want to sell those two. And get rid of those.
What do you need?
Raw rock scale. Okay. Oh, it's because I hit 225. I was kind of holding out. I guess you could go higher. I can't really remember how to go higher than that. Might not be till after the expansion.
minutes.
Oh, I forgot. I want to send those to an alt.
Go in peace.
Okay, anything else? Okay, I think that's it. Jenny, send. Oh yeah. So the truth is, like, this is kind of a built-in feature in a Druid. You can just shift. But if you run out of mana, you need 215 mana to shift. So it's kind of like a
What can I
backup
help
plan
you
for
with?
that.
May your blades never dull.
Alright. Oh, one other thing. Oh, I forgot I grabbed some of these. Oh, well. No one's got stocks of them right now, eh? So they're selling for 5 each. Pretty sure you can buy them from a vendor for 150 maybe? Let's see here. 250. So they're doubling their money. It's not too bad actually. So let's just get a stack of 10 going here. Oh, look at that. Why the heck is that selling, eh? That's just bizarre. How many were in that stack? Okay, that just reminded me that I got more, so I'm gonna put them up too.
Doomhowl.
Oh, those are different. What are these? 30 health. Who cares about that? Get rid of that crap. Okay. Okay, so that'll help a bit.
Strength. Let's sell these for 167. And these go for 38. Just so cheap. That's like a decent buff for every one of them, so. Alright. Okay, so I think what I want to do is fly to Ratchet and just see if there's any Strangle Kelp to pick. I don't really have enough time to do any proper questing, but that's just an easy money maker because I'm all set up to make free action potions. I just need Strangle Kelp. And a profitable rate. For the Horde.
Oh, there's. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, this is like the easiest one to pick because you kind of split those two, whatever they are, nutcrackers. Usually I get 2 or 3, but one I'll have to do. There's one down here that's like a little more of a fight or flee. So maybe that. I need more. Okay, let's look at what we got here. All that stuff's kind of more like 24 level. Most of those already. Can probably handle that one now. It's in a little valley that's sort of like a cave, so I just avoid it at a lower level. These ones I could definitely do. And those two. Maybe even these ones if I just took it slow and easy. Okay, so it might be time for Stone Tower, I guess. Still got a Harpy quest up here. Somewhere, I think. Maybe I didn't
even grab it. No, yeah, this one. Oh yeah, and hands roll. Okay. Keep one fish that can convert to thousands later. Oh. Okay, that reminds me. What am I gonna do with this? Let's put it here. Think about this a bit. Okay, it can probably sit right here. But what's the key bind? Alright, I think I'm done for now.